What's up, DV crew? Welcome back to another episode of Dan's Vlogs. So today I want to discuss about my big accomplishment of quitting smoking cigarettes. I'm hoping that I will be able to help someone out there, at least, if not at least one person, to quit smoking. So when I finally decided I was gonna quit, because I've been smoking for 23 years, started when I was 14, and I'm now 37. And I just barely quit in February. So around January of this year, 2022, I finally decided I was gonna quit smoking cigarettes. I've had enough. My breathing was really horrible. I smelled like cigarettes constantly. It wasn't fair for my daughter. And the fact that it was just costing almost $12 a pack of cigarettes. For me, that's very bad. I'm very low with money. I don't have that much money for myself or anything. So, around January, I finally decided I'm gonna quit. So I started talking with my doctor on what I thought would be the best method for me. There's Chantix out there, there's the gum, there's patches, there's a few other ideas. I don't know them all. I know there's like this new pouch thing for people that dip and stuff that's just straight nicotine that would help and not all the other stuff in it. But I decided to go with the patch. I felt what would be best for me. So I was talking to my doctor and told her my plans. So she said, okay. She ordered me the patches, and that's what I used. So around the beginning of February, I gave it a try, and I smoked almost 2 packs a day. When I moved up here, I don't smoke in my house clearly, or I didn't smoke in my house clearly, and it got me even less time to smoke cigarettes, so less cigarettes I was smoking in a day. So there was that. And then when I went to quit, I did 1 patch, and I was like, wow, this don't feel like anything. I was craving cigarettes constantly. It didn't feel like it was doing anything for me. So I stopped, took a step back, and wanted to rethink my plan of attack and how I was going to go about this, because I didn't want to fail now that I actually decided to quit. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to do this the first time. I was hoping and praying that, and it didn't work, of course. Like I said, I tried it once, didn't work. I went back to smoke cigarettes. And then each day, like when I was at work, like I couldn't do anything. There's times we get pallets and 2-3 pallets that are like anywhere from like 24 to 30 boxes per pallet. Gotta load them up and downstairs, and like I couldn't keep up. Like my breathing was so bad. I was winded within a few minutes. Like I was like gasping for air. Like I couldn't breathe. Like this isn't right. Like I need to really get this in check. And I know, yes, I have asthma, and I worked for 2 places that didn't give me the right protection I needed for the job I was doing. So I know that played a significant role. Like I was working in a place where I did the sandblasting with no face mask, and it was very bad and unhealthy. So I think that had part with my lung and my breathing. But also I went to another factory and was doing reamers, and I was inhaling oil mist like for 8 hours a day. No protection either. No ventilation, nothing. Again, not good for my health. So that's why, one of the reasons why I made this choice to move here to Maine, because it was a healthier, better job for me. And I just needed to get out of Vermont. There was a lot of bad memories there. So I came up here, and that had a lot to do with my breathing, working out those places, but a lot also to do with cigarettes. And as I got older, I smoked more and more and more. But when I finally made this choice, I was like, all right, I'm going to give patches a shot, but I'm going to do something different. And so I started doing it. And what I did was I decided to do 2 patches at first. I know it's probably not recommended to do it, but 1 patch wasn't enough for me. So I did 2 patches. I always did them between my chest, my 2 biceps, my top shoulder blades, and then my lower part of my back. Because I would sweat a lot, and I was trying to keep them dry as possible so they wouldn't fall off or anything like that. But yes, I was doing 2. So February 14th, Valentine's Day, is when I finally said, this is enough. And I went like a week without any cigarettes. I was doing great. And then sure enough, the addiction part started catching up and telling me, oh, you could buy a pack of cigarettes and just smoke one here and there. You can control it. Yeah, right. So within a week, I went through half a pack of cigarettes, 12 cigarettes I think it was. But my last epiphany was I went to the door here. I'll show you guys. I came up here, I grabbed my sweatshirt, put on my coat, and I came to the door like this with the cigarette in my mouth, and I was like, what am I doing? Nothing's gonna change when I go out there and smoke that cigarette and come back in. It's gonna be the same way. Nothing. Why would I do that? So I closed the door, took my stuff off, and I put the cigarette back. And I still have them here to this day. Right here, you can see there's cigarettes in it. 8 cigarettes. So yes, I did smoke 12 of them. But I decided to leave these here as a reminder and how much control I could have. Hold on, I'm going to set you guys back up here so I can sit down and talk. So yes, I decided it would be a lot better if I kept the cigarettes here. I felt I would have a lot more control. If I can have those here, knowing they're here, not smoke, that is more controlling. Because I thought, well, what if I see them when I'm out and about, or I see a cigarette or smell it, or I wanted to have that self-control no matter what. If there was one right in my hand that grasped, I could smoke it, but didn't want to. I wanted to have that control. So kept them, they're still here. I haven't touched any cigarettes since that day. And that was the last week of February when I did that. And then I went back to just the patches, and like I said, I was doing 2 of them. So I did 2 a day, each day. And then for about 2 weeks, I did that. 3 weeks, I did it that way. And then I transitioned and let's see what 1 patch would do. So I did 1 patch, and it worked. I wasn't craving. I was feeling good. I was getting the results that I used to get from 2 patches. So I decided to go with the 1. I did that for a week, and then I transitioned to 1 patch every 2 days. And I did that for another week. And so yeah, I'm sorry, let me go back. It was 2 weeks for the 2 patches a day. And then it was a week for 1 patch a day. And then it was a week for a patch every 2 days. And so by the end of March, I was done patches and I was done smoking. I've been clean from any nicotine at all since the end of March. I don't know the exact date. I didn't save it. I wish I did. I so wish I did now. But I didn't. And so I know it's been since March since I've had any nicotine, any patches, and I have zero cravings to go back and smoke cigarettes. So I wanted to do this video to show people that you can do anything you set your mind to. I was a 2-pack day smoker, and I was just telling my nephew, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to smoke. And I know I said that before, but it was just that crazy that I said it, and then all of a sudden I switched and I quit. And I showed myself too, it made me a believer of myself too, that I could do anything I set my mind to. I just had to have the will to quit. And that's the key part with this. There's 2 key parts, is that you are absolutely sure that you don't want to smoke cigarettes no more, and that you use whatever it takes to get that feeling of not wanting to smoke a cigarette. like you're good with your nicotine, like you're getting enough nicotine intake that you're not craving to smoke a cigarette. And 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, and this started February 14th, and here we are on May 7th, and I don't smoke no more. I am so much better. Like, I work out every day. I don't go to a gym. I work out here at my house. I'm not a stranger to trying to make what I can work with little money. I've grown up poor my whole life. So everything I have had now and have now, I'm so appreciative and thankful, because 5 years ago I didn't have nothing, and now here I am. And I've proven myself that I can do anything I set my mind to. And I'm hoping that out there I can just, if it helps at least one person, like will be a huge success. And if not, like, I don't see really how, but like, it could not work and help somebody, because as long as you are 100% serious about quitting smoking, you'll be able to stop, because I did it, and I didn't think I could, but I showed myself in my mind I can do anything. And so that's what I did. I set out and I proved myself wrong, and everybody else, because there's a lot of people I knew that told me, dude, you're not going to be able to stop smoking. You won't ever quit. You smoke too much. Blah, 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 blah. One of the reasons why I don't have really any friends anymore. I had one friend left in Vermont, but I don't really talk to him much. And I'm here. It's just me and my daughter. My brother lives up here with his family. And yeah, I'm just taking day by day. But I wanted to make sure that people really understand that you have to be 100% to quit this, and make sure you're comfortable with the path and the direction you want to go in order to quit. Like I said, there's Chantix out there, there's nicotine gums out there, there's patches like what I used, and that was what best for me. I felt that would be best for me. I was comfortable doing it. I have dentures, so therefore I can't chew gum. Chantix, I worked with a guy that took Chantix, and he was very moody and cranky, and I didn't want all that. I just wanted something that gave me a little bit of nicotine to curb the craving. And each day I would prove myself by going without smoking, and it just strengthened my bond to where it's like, yeah, this is working. Like, I can't believe it. And I just kept going, stay positive. Even though a few times when I would talk about it, there was a couple people, yeah, you know, but there was always be someone that's gonna hate on your success. And at times, like, I would beat myself up, like, wow, everything I've stopped, why do I still feel like I'm a failure? But then it's like, no, I'm not a failure. I'm just learning a new way of life. Everything's new to me. When I was 14 years old and started everything I did, the wrong path I was going down, I didn't see a future. And then now, 5 years sober, month in, let's see, March, April, May. So I'm 2 months now without cigarettes and without patches. Like, and I feel amazing, like my energy's more. I'm just trying to teach myself, because unfortunately I didn't have great role models growing up, so therefore I wasn't pushed to be better, pushed to do better than what they've done. It was just, yeah, don't want to get into all that. This is just a quit smoking tutorial to help somebody out there quit smoking cigarettes like I have. And so, you set your mind to it, you be positive, attack it with a positive outcome, like you can do this, and the key is to make sure you are 100% ready to stop smoking. Because if you're not 100% to give up and stop, then no technique will work no matter what you try. You first have to identify that you're ready to stop, identify the process, and then prove yourself day by day by day. And there's gonna be challenges like I did. My addiction made me believe that I could go and buy a pack of cigarettes and just smoke one here and there. And like I said, within a week I smoked over half a pack, 12 cigarettes total. And I was like, this is it. So, and since then I haven't smoked. So like it worked, and I am so thankful and grateful that I am now smoke free. Like when I go to school, I know it was bad, it was horrible. When I bring my daughter to school, I would light up a cigarette, and she's 17 now, and I still, in my mind I knew it was wrong, but for some reason my addiction would tell me it was okay. But now, like, I'm even more thankful because now she don't have to worry about any of that. She don't have to worry about being around cigarette smoke and smelling her dad stinking like a cigarette. And that's another thing too, is that when I smoked cigarettes, I ruined so many pairs of clothing that I couldn't even tell you the number of clothes I've ruined from smoking cigarettes, between burn holes and black, ash marks all over, but mainly burn holes. And yeah, I don't have to worry about none of that no more. So yeah, I just wanted to, tell people that you can definitely quit if you set your mind to it. So I hope this helps. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. And like I said, go out there and take it by the horns. Stop smoking. It's not worth it. Trust me. I know. And I have personal effective things that I have to deal with now because of my smoking for so long. But as time goes on, I'll feel better and do a lot better. So I hope you all enjoyed this. If you could, please smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. It don't cost you anything, and it will help me out tremendously, because I look forward to doing a lot more videos and to showing people that you can do anything you set your mind to. I've overcome so many things in 5 years that if I told you all, it would be crazy. You guys would be really amazed with how much stuff I've come over. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Peace. See you in the next episode.